Welcome to Jags A.M. Kainani Stevens here. Sexton and John Oehser with me today as we get ready for Jaguars to take on the Jets this weekend in Week 14. So we're going to get into our big things straight away this morning. Brought to you by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association, benefits for federal employees and retirees. Big thing number one is limited, because I think a little bit of a surprise yesterday as Trevor Lawrence popped up on the injury report as he is limited in practice yesterday, dealing with an ankle injury. Couldn't really tell when we were out there at practice that there was any issue going on. Brian, is this anything to be worried about, or just kind of that time of year?
Yeah, I think it's kind of that time of year. I didn't see anything, and obviously he was walking out of the locker room and up the hallway. I didn't see anything that would indicate that. And I had mentioned, John, to somebody that one of the differences for this team this year is the quarterback's finally healthy in December. He obviously wasn't last year or the year before. And if this team is going to make a run, they need their quarterback to be on the field and healthy on the practice field during the week as well. So I was surprised by this when I saw it on the injury report too.
Yeah, my sense and understanding is it's not a big deal. But as Brian said, he's been hurt last few years. Something to watch, but I don't think it affects Sunday.
I think it's a good thing to keep an eye on, just because we have seen when he doesn't practice, but he was out there at practice this week. So that's a good sign for sure. Let's go to our second big thing today, which is all on board, because other than Trevor Lawrence, this team is getting healthy right now. We're finally seeing some people return. Obviously, we saw Trayvon Walker return last week, play quite well, and hopefully some more people coming back this week, John. Does it feel like they're kind of getting everybody back at the right time while they're also playing well with the guys that stepped up behind them?
Well, I think it's the first time since September that they haven't had a DNP, did not practice on a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So obviously it's crucial. And at the end of the game on Sunday, I looked at the story I was writing and realized, hey, no injuries for the first time. So that means, okay, maybe Parker Washington gets back. Maybe these guys get back healthy. I think one of the major stories of the season has been their ability to shift, to stay over the shifting sands, if you will, and keep playing well despite all the injuries. But yeah, if they get Parker Washington back, they've got Murray back, they got Trayvon back now, you're starting to hit all cylinders, Brian.
A reason for optimism late in the season is that you're starting to get your pieces back. And at one point, John, I looked and I saw Brian Thomas Jr. and Parker Washington and Jacoby Myers, who they added. So it's the first time, perhaps, that you're going to have all of those guys on the field together. Brenton Strange is back. I noticed that De'Ami Brown, who they paid $10 million to, that we've almost forgotten about, was healthy and practicing as well. So forget that he hasn't made a lot of plays this year, but that's depth in case you have more injuries, right? Mm-hmm. That group also got Hunter Long back, and he missed a couple of games. And Johnny Munt had played well, and Quentin Morris had played well. So not only are you getting guys back, but guys, Kai, who had to fill in at times and take on a new role. Quentin Morris in particular has proven that he's worth a role in being active on game day. Same thing in the secondary, where you've got Jordan Lewis and Eric Murray. And while they were gone, Antonio Johnson's level of play improved, so that when you lose Dewey for a game with a concussion, you don't fall off at all, but now you get Dewey back. Mm-hmm. So you can look all across the roster. The offensive line's another example of this, where, because, as John mentioned, you had to find a way through the woods without some of these guys, now you've got almost full strength in December, and there aren't a lot of teams that can say that.
Let's go into our final big thing today, which is earn their way. It's touching a little bit upon that when we talk about those players stepping up. When asked specifically about Cole Van Lanen, who's been playing well, played 4 different spots on the offensive line so far this season, head coach Liam Cohen said he feels that Van Lanen's earned a starting spot on this team.
I think so. I think there's definitely, he's played enough really good football for us. We've got a great situation right now where you've got depth at multiple positions of people that have had to play for us a lot. This shows up in multiple positions all throughout the team, right? You can point to the defensive side of that for things, receiver position. A lot of different positions that guys have been fortunate enough to, step up, play well, help lead us, to get to where we are right now. And the message in the locker room is, hey, guys, there's a lot of guys that are coming back right now, and for us to continue to go where we want to go, we got to use that as an edge. And that depth and experience that we've gotten has to be collective, and having a team-first mindset about everything we do.
Brian, I think Cole Van Lanen's probably the perfect example of it, but we've also seen it on the defensive line with Danny Strigo and BJ Green. If you are playing well in practice and you're going to give this team an advantage, they will play you. They don't feel any allegiance to just because you were the starter to start the season. And that has to motivate the rest of the team to know if you show out in practice, if you play well, you're going to get your opportunity to play.
Listen, Kai, they want the best football player. I think when you look at a guy like Walker Little, you see he's taller, he's bigger, he's got more length. But is he the same football player that Cole Van Lanen is? I don't think so. I think he's a better football player, which means toughness, which means versatility, which means willingness to go from the outside to the inside and then to the other side if that's what they need. Just a thought, again, on the depth that you talked about, right? So Van Lanen was that guy that could play guard or tackle, left or right. Now he's going to be your starting left tackle. So Walker Little is your swing tackle, but you've got Chuma Edoga, who's now back and healthy and practicing, who can play a couple of different positions and play that big tight end role when they need that on the field as well. And you got a guy in Wyatt Milam who they're confident can play inside or outside, left or right. You've got a lot of versatility and a lot of guys. And when you've got guys who are playing, who you didn't expect to play, it creates versatility, it creates depth, and it creates the ability, John, for a coaching staff to do a lot of different things.
What a remarkable job this team, franchise, personnel, etc., has done. We were not sitting here in March and April talking about how deep this team was and how many players they had to step up, even after free agency. To me, it remains the story of the season, the fact that this team looks so different in week, 13 or 14 than it did in September at so many different positions, and you feel like they're better. You feel like they keep every day trying to figure out what's the best way to make us better, what's the best way to make us deeper. It's the story of the season, and it not only sets this team up for now, but all of a sudden you look, there's depth, they know what they want, they have an identity. I don't know what the rest of the season brings, but that part of it is really shaping this franchise, making it look so much different than it has in the past.
It's very cool to see and kind of watch it go down this way with the new leadership. So awesome to see. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. We're going to talk Jets after the break when we come back.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. For over 50 years, Fields Auto Group has been America's premier family-owned luxury auto group, selling the most iconic brands in the world. We understand the luxury customer and provide an extraordinary car buying and service experience. It's not just about selling cars. Fields is focused on building lifelong relationships. We invite you to visit Fields and enjoy an honest and memorable luxury car buying experience.
The stadium bathroom line. It's like TSA and the DMV merged in the waters of rush hour traffic, and you're in it. No closer to the bathroom than you were 5 minutes ago. Just closer to, well, going to the bathroom. You know what actually takes a minute? Pre-ordering an Uber so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute, make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com. From Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
Huddle up, My Gate Rewards members. Football is back. Celebrate with the Duval Meal Deal at Gate. Right now, grab a personal pizza and any 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.99. No matter what combo you choose, this meal's the perfect play. Happening now through January 5th, 2026. See store for details. A deal that's a victory for every fan. Gates got you.
Can you imagine rising for work before the crack of dawn? Tending to hundreds of acres of land before dusk? Well, that's what happens on 47,000 Florida farms every day. Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family. And you can help support them by enjoying delicious Fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop, or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit DreamFightersHomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Before you break ground on any project, make sure to call 811 before you dig. Sunshine 811 is a free service to have underground utility lines marked before digging. For projects of all sizes, creating a game plan can save you time and money. Skipping the call could mean accidentally hitting underground utility lines, which can lead to injuries, expensive repairs, fines, and even service outages in your neighborhood. Let's keep everyone safe. Dial or click ahead. Find out more at peoplesgas.com/811.
Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. See Fields first, Jacksonville's premier luxury auto group. Head over to fieldsauto.com. Also, Jags fans, Tuesday, December 16th from 5 to 6, the Publix at the shops in Marabella and St. Augustine is where you can meet LaQuint Allen Jr., Bashal Tootin, and Quentin Morris of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jackson DeVille, the Roar, are going to be there as well. So make sure you check that out. It's at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Welcome back into Jags A.M. The Jaguars are taking on the Jets this weekend, and we're talking a little bit about what that might look like. Obviously, the Jets have been struggling this season. They've got a new head coach, and a lot of changes have been going on. But I think what's big this week is that maybe we don't know who the quarterback is going to be. And Liam Cohen talked a little bit the other day about what that means for them preparing for a team when you don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely things you take a look at from the past, and with all three of those quarterbacks that you have to be kind of prepared for. So all three of them a little bit different in their own way, but also from what they're trying to do offensively. Coming from Detroit, they want to be able to run the football, be physical. So I think that's where it really starts for those guys, and whoever's playing quarterback, we just got to make sure that we're prepared for.
So I think what they would like to do, obviously Tyrod Taylor's playing, he's going to be out. He got injured in their last game. I think what they would hope is Justin Fields might be available. Right. I mean, that's going to give them their best opportunity, but we'll kind of see as the week goes along.
Well, in what sense? I mean, listen, he can run and he can keep their offense moving down the field with his legs. He is so dangerous that way. But if you've watched him at all this year, it doesn't appear like the passing game is something that he's become proficient at. And I think the Jets took a chance on him because they thought they could get him to that next level, and they haven't. And then you got Tyrod Taylor, who's a veteran guy, maybe more limited physically than he has been at other points in his career when we've seen him. And then you get Brady Cook, who's an undrafted rookie who you don't know what you've got. So maybe there's more uncertainty with this quarterback week than we've seen in a long time with any opponent.
Well, I think this is the case where at some point when you're a good team, which I think the Jaguars are, the whole "it's about us" thing becomes very real in the sense of if this team plays their game, they're going to beat the Jets. I think you want to get pressure on any quarterback. You want to make this guy run, whoever it is. And I think that's really the approach you take. Somebody asked me this week in the Oza, how do you prepare for three quarterbacks? Diligently, and just prepare for them all.
Well,
that's at some point you just go play.
And it's that old saying that if you have three quarterbacks, you don't have one.
Sure,
right?
And that's exactly their problem.
Yep.
I think one thing that we know they will focus on is the run game because Breece Hall has been their entire offense pretty much this season, and Liam Cohen talked about what the challenges are facing off against a running back like that.
He's a weapon to score at any time. He's been doing that since Iowa State. The creativity when he does get the ball in his hands, and he's bigger, strong, athletic. I mean, he's got a lot of tools, and I just remember always thinking he's just a damn good football player. He's just somebody you want to try to get the ball to in so many different ways. So, a lot of respect for him.
So the Jets are going to try to run it, obviously, as much as they can. But the good thing about the Jaguars is they're the number one run-stopping defense, and they proved it last week against Jonathan Taylor. How do they continue that this week, John? Is it just staying diligent,
playing the same way, Devon Hamilton getting disruption? Look, the Jets are dangerous for a couple reasons. Outside of these specifics, they're playing for a first-year head coach, which means they're still playing hard, which means they're going to lean into these things that they do well. They do run well. They'll try to do it. My sense is that this team, with Devon Hamilton, the way they play run defense, it doesn't matter so much who they're playing. They're going to be good in this area.
Listen, if the Jaguars face Brady Cook and Breece Hall, you know what they're going to do. They're going to stop Breece Hall at all costs and let the rookie quarterback throw it and try to beat them. The issue with Breece Hall is when you've got Justin Fields on the field, wow. I mean, he is a guy that threatens your run defense and the ability to hand it off to Breece Hall. The thing I like about Hall is he's patient, John, and sudden, meaning he'll wait for the hole to open, and when it does, he is off to the races. I think he's a terrific football player. He's just not playing on a very good team, and as a result, we haven't seen his best, although he's over 4 yards a carry this year.
Something to keep an eye on for sure, because if there is a game record for them, that's the guy that it's going to be. Talking a little bit about their defense, they're in kind of troublesome territory in terms of we didn't have a ton of takeaways as a franchise last year. The Jets only have 2 at this point in the season. And when you don't have takeaways, Liam Cohen talked a little bit about what the defense kind of focuses on and what that looks like.
They're playing sticky match coverage, and you can definitely see their ability to attack the football when it is in the air. Just haven't gotten one down yet. And Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes do a really good job in terms of the back end, and they want to be aggressive and play sticky match coverage at times. So there's a good blend of it. It's just a matter of kind of getting their hands on one and taking it down.
John, they're being aggressive with the football. Obviously, Aaron Glenn wants to play that way, but are they pressing too much? I mean, at a certain point, when you're trying to force takeaways, it's a style we've seen, obviously, with Coach Camp coming in, the way that they're playing, face forward to the football and using that to their advantage. But I think the only way the Jets are really going to have a chance in this is if they do find a way to win the turnover battle. But I don't know if it'll be with interceptions.
Well, look, let's call this what it is. They traded their 2 best defensive players early in the season. This is a team in rebuild on this front. We have seen this. We haven't seen this to this degree. They have 0 interceptions. That's really hard to do. One reason they do it is because they do play man, so you're not looking at the ball as much. This team plays a lot of zone, the Jags. This team played man last year and had the result of not getting a lot of takeaways. It wouldn't surprise me if they get one this weekend. At some point, Brian, they're not going to go the whole season without getting one, because guess what? That's one of those records that is unbreakable. Say every record deserves to be broken.
Yeah.
If they get 0, that won't be broken. Tied, maybe.
You talk about circumstances for interceptions all the time. The problem is that the Jets' run defense without Quinnen Williams is porous. Yeah. And teams don't have to put the ball in the air as much, which takes away opportunities to rush the quarterback and force errant throws and create interceptions. If the Jaguars can run the ball, and they have proven to be a very good running team this year, then Trevor Lawrence should have plenty of time to stand back there. And we've seen what the addition of Brian Thomas Jr. to this offense meant to them last week to get him back, and what Brenton Strange return has done. I don't think they get an interception this week, because I don't think the Jaguars have to take a lot of chances. They'll be able to run the ball and keep the Jets from putting the Jaguars in a situation where they have to take chances.
Look, we've seen this movie before around here. For the Jaguars, playing a team like the Jets, you want to make sure that you don't give them anything early. You don't want to give them any reason to hope. Yeah. And you want them to be in the locker room at halftime saying, oh, this is going to be too hard to win. Like, if you're a struggling team and you have a lead, now you're fired up at half. Hey, we can win. Yeah. They need to get ahead, not give them things early, and then be able to ease your way down the second half against a team that doesn't believe it can win.
You want them thinking about Christmas by halftime.
Yes, just be smart with the football. Think ahead, guys. All right, stay with us here on Jags A.M. We're going to give you our headlines for what we think it's going to be on Monday morning, coming up after the break.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Finally, inventories and prices are customer friendly.
That's because summer's here, so let's keep it real at the Field Summer Sales Event.
We have vehicles on the ground and ready to go. All new makes and models to choose from, even electric cars and SUVs. Stop searching for your next luxury vehicle and see Fields first.
And get an incredible offer like this.
Right now, save up to $10,000 on remaining new 2024 Porsche models in stock at Porsche Jacksonville. Go to PorscheJacksonville.com.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Chelsea here. Ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors before the new year? During Renewal by Anderson's December sales event, buy one, get one 40% off. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months, it's never been easier to say yes. Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Offer ends December 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Listen up. If our kids are going to grow up healthy, we have to work together out there. A healthier tomorrow depends on the calls that we make today. It's about eating right and focusing on their physical and mental health. We should be reading to our kids every night. Can you give me 60 minutes of physical activity every day?
Yes, sir, I can.
This is our healthy playbook. We do this as a team. Our kids win. Who's with me?
Get healthy at nemours.org/Jaguars. Nemours Children's Health, proud pediatric partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Duval! Getting to the game just got easier thanks to the new Geico Game Day Shuttle program. Geico's got you covered with a complimentary service before and after every Jaguars home game this season. Ride with your friends, ride with your family, and ride with ease. Enjoy celebrating those unforgettable moments both on the field and on the road. The Geico Game Day Shuttle service runs 3 hours before kickoff and 1 hour post-game. Learn more at jaguars.com/parking. And go Jags!
I'm Foye Lewican from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or under the influence is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. Remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead. Have a designated driver or get a ride home. Keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
Welcome back. Suddeth Moving and Storage, Florida's most trusted and dependable moving company. Suddeth proud to be the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. To get a guaranteed quote, visit suddeth.com/Jacksonville. Welcome back. We're going to do our best to predict the future today as we try to predict what the headlines are going to be on Monday morning after this Jets-Jags game on Sunday. Brian, what do you think we'll be talking about on Monday?
Higher altitude ahead. In other words, saying that the Jaguars listen, they're climbing, right? And beating the Jets on Sunday gives them a little more altitude, but now you're headed to Denver. The highest altitude in the National Football League, literally and figuratively. I mean, this is as good a football team as there is in the AFC. And you're going to have to go out there, and we know that that is a well-coached football team playing very, very well. And we've all been there, and it is a raucous atmosphere. It's going to be a huge scene. Might even be snowing right before Christmas. Good luck, right? I mean, this is the kind of game we wanted this to be. And early in the season, we weren't sure what it would be, but now we know it's going to be a huge game. So I'm predicting a big Jaguars win and the build up to a very high altitude game in Denver the following Sunday.
Yeah, looking ahead, sounds like you're already locking the game on Sunday. So
I wouldn't lock it, but we asked to predict, so I predict.
No doubt.
Like a lot.
Call it whatever you'd like.
I went with just winning, baby.
Baby.
And it's very similar to your theme. This team, the Jaguars, has gone from a team that we weren't sure about. All of a sudden, we figured out they were good. And then when you're a good team, there's different things you have to get through. They got through a big game last week that was very obviously big. This week, they have to get through an equally big game because if you have to keep winning to stay ahead of these teams. But at some point, if you're good, and I believe they are, you get to 12-5 or 13-4 with 4 or 5 wins that a year later you look back on and you don't really remember the game that well, but you know they played well and won. This needs to be one of those kind of games. And I'm not saying the Jets can't win this, but you do need some late in the season where, hey, you're up by 10 in the third quarter. You're not overly straining. You're pulling some guys out.
Yeah, Nick Mullins is playing.
This needs to be one of those if you're the kind of team that you think you are.
Listen, I've had some conversations with guys away from the building, off the record in the locker room. I don't see any way they overlook this. The coaching staff is dialed in. We heard that yesterday from Liam Cohen. They believe that they have what it takes. They also know that they have to deliver that on Sunday to win. And yeah, I'll lock it. I don't see any reason to think that this football team isn't ready to play. And I don't think that Liam Cohen is going to have it. Yeah. Well, you guys said it. I just predicted it.
We love a lock.
Isn't that what we're doing in this segment?
Yes, we can lock. If you feel the urge to lock, we will lock. And now it's a locked-in win.
You're a locker.
I guess there's worse things you could call me.
The lock life. I went with ground stop for my headline because I do not think they're going to overlook the game either, but I think it's going to come down to stopping the run, as it always does. In the trenches, Trayvon Walker had a huge 4th-and-1 stop for them last week against the Colts, and I think he's finally getting back to what we've normally seen from him. Feels like he's finally healthy again, ready to go. And I think this will be another great challenge for them, because when we talk about a team that's maybe not playing that well, there's always a challenge within that. And for this week, it's going to be stopping the run in Breece Hall. So if they can go out there, play well again against the run, I'm going to feel even better about them going into Denver. And I expect fully that's what we see. It's already been locked, so I'm not going to go there. But
it sounds like you just did.
I think it's a dub. I'll take a dub. We can't triple lock. That's never good. So maybe a double lock. That might be okay. But stay with us.
Don't be scared. Jump in. The water's warm.
Okay. I'll lock it too. All right. Double lock. John, you stay out of this. No triple locks. That's bad luck, I've heard. Stay with us. We'll tell you what's coming up the rest of the week before the game on Sunday.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Finally, inventories and prices are customer friendly.
That's because summer's here, so let's keep it real at the Field Summer Sales Event.
New inventory is arriving daily. All new makes and models to choose from, even electric cars and SUVs.
Visit Fields today and find the fit for you.
And get an incredible offer like this.
For a limited time, get $3,000 off all Lexus TX 350s in stock at Lexus of Jacksonville and Lexus of Orange Park.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold they had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite, it's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone, fresh veggies, and their new pickle drizzle. Order the new Jag Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jags. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit Sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Before you break ground on any project, make sure to call 811 before you dig. Sunshine 811 is a free service to have underground utility lines marked before digging. For projects of all sizes, creating a game plan can save you time and money. Skipping the call could mean accidentally hitting underground utility lines, which can lead to injuries, expensive repairs, fines, and even service outages in your neighborhood. Let's keep everyone safe. Dial or click ahead. Find out more at peoplesgas.com/811.
The stadium bathroom line. It's like TSA and the DMV merged in the waters of rush hour traffic, and you're in it. No closer to the bathroom than you were 5 minutes ago. Just closer to, well, going to the bathroom. You know what actually takes a minute? Pre-ordering an Uber so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute, make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com. From Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, Duval! Getting to the game just got easier thanks to the new Geico Game Day Shuttle program. Geico's got you covered with a complimentary service before and after every Jaguars home game this season. Ride with your friends, ride with your family, and ride with ease. Enjoy celebrating those unforgettable moments both on the field and on the road. The Geico Game Day Shuttle service runs 3 hours before kickoff and 1 hour post-game. Learn more at jaguars.com/parking. And go Jags!
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans. Also, this upcoming game this weekend against the Jets, brought to you by Geico. Feels good to Geico.
Chris Morley. I'm a trench bully. I know y'all ready to go home, man. We ain't them old same old Jags, you know what I'm saying? We got BT, we got Jacoby Myers, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. They don't know. They'll know soon, though. They'll know soon.
Take the run, toss it underneath, handled by Strange. What a difference Strange makes for this offense.
You a little boy. You a little boy. You can't with me. You can't with me.
Oh, the cut to the outside. ETN to the ETN zone. Touchdown.
Brenton Strange mic'd up last week. Definitely check that out against the Colts. Trench bully. That's my new favorite word.
I love it.
Fellow
Look,
kids, I love that.
He's a fun guy, but he may be the best player on the team.
Absolutely.
And that's what an all-pro tight end looks like. I don't know if he's going to get that honor because of the catches. It's a wide receiver vote. If it was a vote for a tight end position, he might be all-pro.
I will say this. I was listening to a national podcast the other day, and it's like they just discovered Brenton Strange. The block on Zaire Franklin that freed up that 28-yard touchdown run caused these guys to go back and watch Brenton Strange to know who he is, and they're like, listen, this guy is really good. So the light is on for people around the league now to watch 85. We've seen him. We know what he's capable of. I'm with you, John. The guy is as complete a football player at that position as there is in the league, and I think he is easily one of the 2 or 3 best players on this team, maybe number 1 overall.
Here's what you hope happens
Football
for
player.
him. That there's some primetime big game that, unfortunately, it takes this, where the analyst realizes how good he is,
Talks about
gushes about him. So like the Baselli game in
Against
96.
Jason Taylor.
Well, it was against Bruce and Jason Taylor. But,
Bruce, right.
Yeah, but where all of a sudden there's a light, and then he can ride that for a long time with the recognition of how good he really is, because he's special.
You said Baselli game. There were so many of them.
Well, it's true.
But think about this storyline. Going to Denver the next week, that's going to be a 4 o'clock game. It'll probably have a large audience because of the records. And it's going to be Brenton Strange, and on the other side, Evan Ingram. And so the decision that the Jaguars made to move on from one and to build around the other will easily be a storyline. Perhaps that could be a day that everyone sees what we see about number 85.
That'd be pretty fun. You know, whenever someone's like seen a movie for the first time and you're like, oh, I wish I could go back and see that movie for the first time.
Yeah.
Could you, discovering Brenton Strange at this point would be such a joy.
Well, there's a lot of guys on the national basis that are doing that.
Yeah.
It's about to be that time.
I did not expect that, but yeah, what a player.
All right, enjoy the game this weekend. We will be back here on Jags A.M. on Monday to talk all about hopefully another Jaguars win. See you then.